jestem platformą. Hello, David.
Hi, Emil. How are you?
Fine, thank you. And you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Party over there,
Yeah, it's a little crazy. I apologize. I will mute out while you guys are talking so that you.
Don't worry. We also have like more children. Okay, so should we start directly?
Yeah, let's jump right in. Why don't you tell me where we're headed first, so I understand some context, and then we can go from there.
I would like to show you what we have done on the product that we were telling you all about a special rehab workspace that you might be interested in, and to show you how it works and what we have managed to do so far, and to have you a small peek into the dashboard solution that we have implemented for our product. Is that all right?
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay, so I will share my screen now. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically here we have so we have split the setup in several workspaces, and we have made the special workspace for only for the rehab activity. You can send any property from the closing app, or from any other app to the rehab. And also here you keep track of this is a general application for all rehabs. This is an inspection app to keep track of all inspections that you do in-house or out or with third-party services. And then we have special applications for each type of phase that we have identified. Basically, we have identified 14 types of phases for rehab. And if we enter on one of the rehabs here, this is the property 4921 made Netherlands. We have here navigation links. Here we can navigate to the closing. In our solution, this is the profit and loss statement that it's like a future projection. No, it's when you determine at the end, after you sell the property, if you have made profit or not. This is the projection before deciding whether you are going to buy or not this property. Is like your application that you have. And if I go back here on the rehab, I see here who is the project manager, and I can make a situation based on project manager. And here I have all the phases that were decided to do on this particular property. We can see that we have an interior finishes that is 24% progress. The period established was from 1st of March to the 5th of March. The current status is work started, and we have an overall progress here of 8% because here we compute an average. And for instance, if I want to create a new phase, I just say, okay, we have a plumbing. We work with, I don't know, let's say GG. Okay, we have the stage bid requested, bid approved by the manager, and work started, work completed or cancelled. We put the square feet, let's say the job cost, and then we click save, and we come back here, and this is the new phase that was added to this rehab, and you can see all the contact details from this vendor.
Real quick question: are you guys
Yes.
recording this?
Miha, I think. Miha?
I didn't understand, sorry, the question.
Are you recording?
Yes, I'm recording now.
Okay, great. Thank you. If you could share that with me after, it'd be great.
Of course.
Okay.
Okay, and let me go briefly to one of these phases. So I think we have some delay on the podium now. Okay, so we can see that the calculations have a delay of 38 seconds, and that's why we don't see the property link here. But as you can see here, we have also links. We have a special option that we can send an email directly to this vendor or navigate back to the rehab item. We also have the vendor in case we want to go to see further information. We have the statuses, and then here we have some special calculations. So we have total spent and budget spent, like percentage from the job cost that was approved. The project manager should enter here the start date and the deadline, and then while making this phase should go with the progress further. Here we have a special automation made. We have placed some hidden if empty fields, and if you press H in order to access this menu, we see that we can send an expense or an invoice to our special created applications. For instance, we can say that this data transaction is today, and we have the amount of the contract 2000, and it's a contract, not credit, and we create an invoice. Okay, that will the system automatically created a new bill that has the balance 2000 and it's in status new. It needs to be approved and then it will go to pay. As you can see, nothing has changed here at total spend because we haven't issued any check. Now if I go here on the special bills application, I see that the vendor was automatically generated and the property. Miha, you have to see why it hasn't been filled in here.
Yeah.
And I can create, for instance, we create a first draw for this contract that we say, okay, must be a check due on 17th of March. And here we can say first draw. And then we say create check. And automatically a new check will be created and the balance and the amount paid changed to 1,000 and the balance remained to 1,000 here. And for instance, if I put another 250 and with a check here, then I send create check, this will create a second check here. And if I go back on the plumbing, on the actual phase, I see that the total spend increased to 1,250. That's 62% of the actual budget approved. And then you see here it's computed automatically on the cost per square feet, and you can make analysis on the market and on the type of phase that you are doing. And if I go back to the rehab, all the expenses, I mean, we have a small bug there, but all the expenses should have been here on the total bills and the current spend. You see on the rehab, we track also, so the start date, the deadline, the approved budget for the rehab, the construction escrow, and for instance here, let's say we have a 50,000% and we have a construction escrow of 20,000. We see that we have no construction draw from the escrow. We have rehab account allotment that automatically computes, and we have total bills attached to this rehab. And then we have also the expenses that they don't require a check. So bills require a check, expenses no. And we have a current spend of 200 here. And if I go to this bill and I say, okay, we need a check here that is 3,000, is due here, okay, and create check. So I don't really, okay. So I'm heading back to the rehab, and I see that everything was updated accordingly, and we also have here like a budget spent. We also have some other cool, let's say cool automations made here. For instance, if the project managers, let's say, hits completed here, all the phases will go and will be completed automatically here. You see all the phases that weren't finished, and automatically the date completed was filled in, and they are Basically, they will be removed from the pipeline, from the work. We have to check here.
Yeah.
Okay, as you see, and everything comes. So the whole solution that we are presenting today, also today or tomorrow, I think the CG comes with the dashboard. This is a sneak peek to the CEO dashboard. You see here we have a financial part of the dashboard with projected profits, projected per month, projected profits per type of BC strategy, year-to-date gross profit, year-to-date gross profit per month. Then we have split it on the BC strategy, the executed profit, year-to-date average profit per deal type, number of transactions, number of AB closings year-to-date, BC closings, types of BC closings, and this is as a channel because we also have like marketing specially dedicated solution embedded in this product. We also have like dashboard for marketing and acquisition. These are only the KPIs for the management, not for the actual, let's say, manager of department, marketing acquisition manager that will have a separate dashboard with in-depth information about what's happening from a marketing perspective. So we have generated leads. We have two special apps. We have seller leads and MLS leads. But as far as I remember, you said that you are not in particular interested in generating leads through Podio. So I will not say too much on this part. We have on the solution, but not on the rehab, we have the possibility of automatically generate contracts and an integration with right signature. We measure the appointment cancellation ratio in order to establish how many appointments should the sales team prepare for the sales representatives in order to achieve the targets that we impose here as a gross profit per year or number of transactions. Because we also analyze here on the operations side, so from a total number of 13 seller leads generated by the marketing efforts, we have established 9 appointments, from which 7 contracts were signed and 10 closings were finished. No, because the contract can cancel on the closing side, and in this way you can see what efforts are needed for going for reaching your goals. And we have been working now, or we are working now on a special rehab dashboard that is, I would say, 50%, not 50, 75 to 80% ready. Basically, here is an overview of in progress rehabs and completed rehabs with some KPIs set it here. So we see that in our system now we have only one completed rehab, where we see the approved budget and other financial data. We have the possibility to bring any kind of data on this table regarding this rehab. Here we have in progress rehabs with the current status. Here there should be the project manager. Let's say let's put a project manager to one of them. See. So 8021, yes, 8021, okay. You see everything, it's online, but it's not, we will check on this. As I said, it's not the final version. And we are also thinking and creating other KPIs that might be of interest for anyone dealing with this type of activity. Everything that I show is really fresh. It's new. Here we have also you will gonna click on this, and it will open up all the stages on this particular rehab. Still work in progress also, this one. And you will have here a late notice. Basically, the one automation will go over all rehabs and all phases each day, and they will put whenever a phase it's late, it will be marked here as late. Here the rehab and here the phase. We are also working on a feature that will automatically send an email to the vendor whenever a phase is late, in order to remind that vendor that it is late, and to also to for the project manager to know that he has problems on that rehab phase, and to take action and to solve no matter what problem they might have on this part. This kind of is on the part of rehab. I know that you have sent us your files regarding the structure of let's say the KPIs that we are tracking. This would be the standard version, and I think with a small adjustment we can make the decision for you. Not to forget, so basically the solution comes here. So we have the special rehab workspace, and also we have on operations side we have the financial applications. Yeah, we have the expenses, the bills, the checks, and also we have a new the bookkeeping and the recurring checks. Recurring checks are expenses that you have on a recurrence base for one property that you are rehabbing for a particular period. And for instance, you put here a title, you put a vendor, they say it is an active or inactive recurrent. And for this recurrency, we create checks with 3 days in advance, and it has an interval of each month. The recurrent amount is 234, let's say, for this item, and the property is so this recurrency is related to this property in the closing stage, not in the rehab stage. And we see here that let's say the date of the next check is 3 March. It should have been here, let's say, it should have been 3 of April, and with 3 days before this date of next check, the system will automatically issue an item in the checks application in order for the accountant to issue a check for this particular property, and to have a better management of checks. And one of the features that I forgot to show you with the construction draws and with the construction escrows, for instance, on this, let's say we have a construction escrow of 20,000, 25,000, yeah, here. So we see that we have no construction draw regarding the construction escrow. If we press H and we see the hidden menu, we can say, okay, from the construction draw we have received 30,500 and the date was yesterday, and we say, okay, create construction draw. That will take, that we have to check in fact, that will have created in the bookkeeping app. So here, a new item where the property would have been chosen, the vendor, the amount, and the type would have been construction escrow from the rehab account, and it would have been status pending. And in this particular moment, the accountant should have received a task to reconcile this draw inside. In the QuickBooks or any other accounting software that might be used, and also you would have had on the particular rehab a situation, an updated situation of the construction draws. also, yeah. So this kind of it on the part of the rehab on the expenses. Our entire solution will also have email communication, email management platform that will give you the opportunity to keep track of email communication. As I said, still work in progress, but we know that this would be kind of the final version of our setup, and we are ready to deliver it next week.
Okay, so you guys are launching next week?
Yeah, but no, we are going to be ready to implement it to the clients. Basically, we today or tomorrow, as I said, there will be a presentation in the Collective Genius meeting, and we still have some testing to make on the whole solution, and that's why I said we are going to be ready to implement it to clients next week. And also one other detail that is very, very interesting, we are going to offer for this unlimited training for the staff. So basically we are going to have like weekly webinars on based on departments, and there will be a weekly webinar for the rehab activity. And each of our clients could enroll their employees for the next session of the webinar. And after the webinar will be presented, that will be recorded, there will be a person that will answer to a question and answer session, So any type of questions or whatever will be answered on the spot for the employees. And you as a beneficiary of the solution, you will know that when you have a new employee, you will just enroll it to the webinar, and they will be accommodated with the system and the way our things are organized inside your company based on the solution that we have implemented for you.
Okay, excellent.
So, do you have any other question, or should we send you the recording in order to assess it better and maybe to hear each other afterwards to see what we are going to do?
Is it possible for you to share the pricing with me?
The pricings?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. We will also send you the pricing after our meeting.
Okay, fantastic. I appreciate your help with that.
Okay. Good. So I guess I will going to send you this, and we'll hear each other next days.
Yeah, sounds good. And you guys are going to continue to offer support